In the movie, there was the whole scene of the shooting that happened in the park in Marin. E.D., you were actually there when it happened. The rest of you guys, I assume, weren't.
No,
Yeah. So can you detail what happened?
I mean, the movie couldn't tell it exactly the way it happened. You know what I mean? It's no statute of limitations on murder.
Yeah.
And somebody lost their life. A kid lost their life that day.
Yeah.
You know, I remember Pac felt he had just bought a Jeep, and he was in a good mood. He was like, "Yo, I want to go back to to the hood, basically."
Right.
You know,
And you had just moved out to.
we had just me, Castro,
Marin.
and Gaddafi had went to California.
Yeah.
You know, to start our rap career, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gaddafi wasn't nothing but 13 years old, like 13, 14 years old. He was
Yeah.
really young. And Castro was only like a couple of years older than that.
And you were how old?
I was 17.
Okay. So you guys are out in Marin, and I guess it was an Earth, Wind, and Fire concert?
No, it was Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Frankie Beverly Mays.
Yeah.
I was close.
Yeah.
yeah, it's close.
I was close.
Yeah,
So
it was Frankie Beverly and Maze. Like they did this big concert every year, you know, in the park for Marin City. Marin City is a town that consists basically of these projects. You know, it's one way in, one way out. At the time, it was one way in, one way out. You know, you had the projects and you had the police station and you had a liquor store. That's it. And
That was the town?
yeah,
That's crazy.
that was
well,
the
I
city.
mean, and Marin's, there's a really rich area of Marin also.
I was about to say because
project
this,
part, yeah.
this is where we mostly
Right.
Kicked it at.
we
Right.
lived it at because
Yeah.
less than a mile away you have some of the richest property in
Yeah,
the
it's
world.
the ghetto. It's the
You
ghetto
know
on
what I'm
Marin.
saying?
Yeah.
And
West of the USA.
that's where
Exactly.
Pac's mother eventually ended up living her last days at, in this very area. You know, beautiful place, but it's the ghetto,
Yeah.
the hardcore ghetto. You know what I'm saying? So Pac wanted to go back and just show, you know, local kid made good. You know, be an inspiration to the kids. It was a bunch of kids in the park. You know, he knew it was gonna be, you know, a joyous occasion for people to see him because, you know, the album wasn't as popular as he may have liked, but Juice was a hit, and people, you know, like he was that guy at that time, especially in Marin. You know, Pac was the one that made it and put Marin on a map because when he did interviews, he would talk about how he was homeless, how he struggled up there, and that was the exact thing that certain people were mad at him about because he said he was homeless in Marin. He said he slept on park benches. He said he had to sell drugs to survive, and they didn't like him saying that about the town. Ignorance, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was his truth. Why would you be mad at him for saying that?
Okay. So what happened?
Well, when we got there, you know, immediately when we got there, it was like all these people just turned around and just converged on Pac. It was like the whole park. And it was all love. Everybody was happy, little kids. He was hugging kids, kissing babies. He was on his politician thing, you know what I mean? Taking pictures if you had the little Polaroid joint or whatever. And these dudes just came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? It was and they started having words with Pac, you know what I'm saying? And Pac was trying to diffuse the situation because he knew what was around and he knew what these cats was capable of, and he also knew, you know, what all of us was capable of as far as what we came to that park with. You know what I'm saying? So it was us, it was his stepbrother Morin, one of his best friends from Baltimore, Mouse, and me and Castro. And Castro had a broke leg at the time. You know what I mean? Gaddafi was tired of Cali and he had left like a few days before that. And so it was just us and this whole park around us. And one of them took off on Pac. You know what I mean?
They punched him in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One dude punched Pac in the face, and that dude that punched Pac in the face, the littlest dude that was there, Mouse, knocked him out cold. Bam, he dropped like a sack of potatoes. And then after that, we just started hearing gunshots. And we turned around and ran. And the park just spread like the Red Sea. All these people just started running in different directions. Because after that dude got knocked out, gunshots started going off. You know what I mean? And so we had to run across this park to where the truck was at. It was like a 100-yard run. And I'm running and I'm hearing bullets whiz past my head.
Oh, so they were shooting at you.
Yeah, they were
wow.
shooting at us. People were shooting at us, you know what I mean? And so We got to the fence, and I went to climb the fence. Now, I'm a big dude, so I'm not climbing this fence as fast as everybody else, but I'm getting up this motherfucker because they shooting at us, and I could see the whole park coming towards us. We don't really know why the whole park is mad at us now. We like, hold on, we beefing with a couple of dudes. Why is the whole park chasing us? And I just heard this voice in the background saying, yo, Mout, yo, Mout. And it was K, it was Castro. He had a broke leg. So I had to stop, and I literally had to carry him over the fence to get to the truck. But it slowed us up because they had to wait for us. So by the time we got to the truck, the crowd had caught up to us. And they started tearing the truck up. They started throwing bricks. Cass was pulling out guns, aiming it at us like, nah, I'm gonna kill him, I'm gonna kill him. They killed the kid, they shot a kid. And we was like, what? You know what I mean? We still don't know what it is. And they literally tearing this dude brand new Jeep Cherokee up. He just bought it and put like 4 12s in it, four 12 subwoofers in the back. Damn near weighing the truck down. He could barely drive it, you know what I mean? Because the subwoofers is taking up the whole truck, real hood shit, you know what I mean? And he laid on top of us.
Tupac.
Yeah, he laid on top of us. He was getting hit in the head with bricks and everything. And he laid on top of us
While it was kids, you know what I mean?
while Morin was trying to figure out how to get out. You know what I mean? He kind of panicked a little bit, understandably so, because it was literally a whole park full of people, you know what I mean, trying to kill us. You know what I mean?
So Tupac climbed on top of you guys and protected you guys with his own body.
Yeah, we got in the back seat, and he was just like, lay down.
Wow.
And he was laying on top of us.
Okay. And then finally you guys managed to get away.
Well, we Mo made a wrong turn and drove us back into the neighborhood.
Morin, boy, sound like you.
He drove y'all right back into
Bring
the
it back to the
He drove y'all to the hood, right?
He drove us
chaos.
back
That's crazy.
to the chaos, you know what I mean? And
Okay.
that day, I gotta be honest, the police saved our life. Because if it wasn't for those cops, we'd have been done deal. It was cats pointing a 12 gauge gun and a 12 gauge. I remember a 12 gauge in my face. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So you guys all get arrested?
Yeah.
How did you feel when you found out that a kid died?
I felt terrible. I felt terrible, and I felt even worse because it was the first time I seen Pac cry since we was kids.
Oh, he cried.
Yeah.
All of you were questioned by the police, I assume. But they ultimately never found who did it.
Nope.
But Pac sort of got the blame for it.
Of course. I think he got sued.
Oh, he got sued?
You know what I mean?
By the family?
I think it was one of many lawsuits that he eventually, had to settle. And it was a kid from the neighborhood. You know what I mean? He knew that kid's family.
How old was the kid?
He was very young.
Like 5 years
I don't want to make a mistake, but he was very young.
It's unfortunate, man.
Very, very
Trying to
sad,
Show
man.
up and have a good time, man.
Yeah.
That's what ignorance do.